Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to talk about plate carriers and just gear in general. The nice thing about plate carriers is there's a lot of options out there, especially for plates. You can choose your level of protection, so you can have some very light, SRT plates that can stop a couple rounds of 5.56 or 7.62 by 39. Or you can get some level 4 plates that will give you a lot more protection and can stop up to, a 30-06 AP round. The more protection, obviously, the more weight your plate's going to be. Although they do have some lighter level 4 plates out there, they're just a little bit more expensive. There's a lot of choices for carriers out there too. You can have more of a minimalist carrier or a slick carrier. They're getting pretty modular too, so a lot of them you can clip in a placard from a chest rig directly into your plate carrier, or you can just literally wear your chest rig over your slick carrier or even just a regular carrier. People have been doing that for a long time, so there's definitely a lot of options, and we're definitely spoiled for choice. You just need to decide how much protection, what your application is going to be. I think with the way things are nowadays that plate carriers are pretty important, especially when it comes to without rule of law or SHTF scenarios. You definitely don't want to be the only one without a plate carrier and plates if something like that happens. They are important, especially for defense of your home and surrounding areas, or in situations where you might come in contact with people who may be a little unfriendly to you. We'll talk a little bit about setting up your plate carrier and just gear. Personally, I like to have at least 4 rifle magazines on my carrier at all times, but I like to have the ability to carry 6, so that makes a full loadout. Obviously 6 on the carrier and 1 in the rifle. And I do carry a pistol, but I don't carry a full-on battle belt with a bunch of stuff and weight on my waistline. Personally, I just like to keep it light. You're already having a carrier, you'll be a lot more mobile and agile if you don't have a heavy battle belt on too, weighing you down, so I just wear my pistol on my belt. Sometimes I will carry an extra magazine on my belt, but if I can, I will actually keep it on my carrier. Other than that, I like to carry a multi-tool. Obviously this is important. This is just a Leatherman Wave Plus. There's plenty of good multi-tools out there. Flashlight, obviously very important. No matter how many weapon lights you have, a flashlight, a handheld light is still very relevant, and you should definitely have one. I do carry a defensive knife. A lot of people like to, carry a giant, fixed blade on their plate carrier. This is this isn't a survival or bushcraft loadout. This is strictly a defensive and tactical loadout. So I just carry a small defensive knife. It's just a sock P from Benchmade. It's a good knife. I don't carry it on my carrier most of the time. I just clip it on one of my pockets on my non-dominant side. So if I need to, I can grab it with my non-dominant hand and defend, my pistol or my rifle and get it back into the fight if I needed to. Batteries. I do carry an EOTech, so that does take a CR123A battery, but rifle light takes 2, pistol light takes 2, handheld light takes 2, EOTech takes 1. That's 7 batteries. I do have 8 in here, but I like to have at least a spare battery for all of my lights and optics. And I do have an RMR battery in here, or if I'm using the 508T, I do have a Hollison battery in here too. Also, of course, the Safariland. I think it's the 6390 if I remember right, something like that. It's a great holster. Safariland is about as good as it gets in my opinion for level 2 and level 3 holsters. I just use it to carry my EDC Glock 17. When it comes to pistols, I carry this gun and I use it for my loadouts. I like to try to stick with one gun. Of course, I shoot other pistols, but I try to just get really, really good with one gun and do not change it. I don't have a rotation or anything like that, but obviously I still shoot and have other pistols. Other than that, I do have some medical gear. I'll show you right here. Start out with the quick clap. This is good to have. It's a little bit expensive sometimes. It's basically just a compressed gauze, like a Z-folded, gauze. It's been impregnated with a hemostatic, agent. So, this will work just fine. Obviously, it doesn't have the hemostatic agent, but if you can't afford this, I totally understand it can be expensive. Just get some compressed gauze like this, and it'll work. A bandage, it's like a compression bandage. Obviously, if you pack a wound on your arm or leg, then you can wrap it in this, keep pressure on it. Some shears. Forgot, tourniquet, one of the most important things to have. This is just a soft tee. I do like the soft tees for a few different reasons. One, you can unbuckle it right here, so you don't have to, put it, over the bottom of your foot and drag it up your leg. You can just simply unbuckle it right here. So it's cool. But cat tourniquets are obviously very good too. Nasopharyngeal airway. This is a chest seal. This is the twin pack, so it's a little bit bigger. So I generally don't like to stuff all of it and like fold all the packaging and stuff if I don't have to, because you kind of got to be careful with that so you don't actually or accidentally open one of your packages. So just be careful. Decompression needle. Nasopharyngeal airway. That's basically it. Yeah, some duct tape right here that came in one of the Blue Force Gear IFAKs that I got. That's basically some of the stuff I like to keep on the carrier. Anything that's not, relevant or, I don't need immediate, access to, I'll have it in my pack or, in one of my cargo pockets. I do use a pack in combination with a chest rig. Not all the time, but, I have the ability to carry more gear if I needed to. This is just to have a little bit of everything, so if I'm only able to grab my carrier, then I will have stuff that I actually need. Other than that, placement of the stuff on my carrier. This is the crye JPC 1.0. They do have the 2.0 and they have other plate carriers made by crye. They definitely know what they're doing and I really like their plate carriers. This does have the kangaroo pouch on it, so I do have 3 rifle magazines I can put right here. I do like to bungee them down very tight so they're nice and secure and they will not get away from me. I do have a G-code scorpion pouch. I really like these because you can adjust the retention and you can secure your magazine very nicely in there. It is oriented to the side. It's something I've been trying out for like over 6 months now. I've been trying it out and I actually really like it. I'm a little bit faster loading when it's oriented to the side when it's at this height. And, try it out if you want. It's pretty cool. I do have a tactical tailor radio pouch right there. A lot of times I'll just put another tourniquet in there though. So, 2 pistol pouches right here. Sometimes I will move this onto my belt or take this off, and just load from the belt. But sometimes I do have the 2 pistol pouch right here and I actually prefer it right here instead. Then I just have an old double rifle pouch. I'm probably going to upgrade this or take something off one of my other kits and put it on here just because this is pretty old and it's starting to wear a little bit, but it's definitely held up and it's served its purpose. I usually just pack medical gear in both these pouches, but if I want a full loadout, I will use the rear pocket to put 2 rifle magazines in if I want a full loadout, because that'll make 4 up here. 2 right here, so that's 6, and then 1 in the rifle. Other than that, if you're setting up your carrier, just, set it up. You're going to, have some trial and error, obviously, but do a lot of dry firing with it, with your rifle. Get some snap caps too, so you can get the manipulation down and stuff in your kit to make sure you're not, make sure everything's nice and efficient and nothing's impeding your draw stroke or, maneuvering your rifle. So obviously you're going to have to size your sling and stock possibly a little bit differently when you're in your kit, depending on what you're wearing and stuff. But generally I like to do a lot of dry practice if I'm making a change or, trying something new out. And then I will go out and do some live fire, and it's basically just trial and error. That's all it is. You can look and copy someone's exact loadout, but it might not work for you. So, just try it out, do some dry practice, and get out there and actually use your gear. That's the most important thing. You can have all this stuff, but what really matters is being able to actually use it. But If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and leave them down below. If not, that'll be it. Thanks for watching, guys.